Two people can look at the same thing, a balance sheet, a business plan, or even just the daily news, and see entirely different worlds. One sees a problem, a hurdle, a reason to give up, while the other sees an opportunity, a challenge to overcome, a path to success. This is the story of Robert Kiyosaki, a man who learned to see the world through a different lens. He had two fathers, his highly educated poor dad, a man who valued security and stability above all else, and his best friend's rich dad, a self-made millionaire who understood the power of financial literacy. Poor dad believed in working hard, getting good grades, climbing the corporate ladder, and finding a secure job with benefits. But despite his best efforts, money was always a struggle, a constant source of stress. Rich dad, with little formal education, understood something fundamentally different. He saw money not as an end in itself, but as a tool, and the world as a place brimming with opportunities to build value, to create wealth, and to make a difference. Poor dad, when faced with a challenge, would often say, "I can't afford it." Rich dad, on the other hand, taught Robert to ask, "How can I afford it?" A question that forces you to think creatively, to explore possibilities, and ultimately opens doors to new opportunities. The real lesson here isn't about having a rich parent or receiving a lucky break, but about cultivating and adopting a rich mindset, a way of thinking that empowers you to take control of your financial future. Poor dad followed society's script, playing it safe and conforming to conventional wisdom. And as a result, he remained financially vulnerable, always one step away from disaster. Rich dad, in contrast, wrote his own rules, challenging the status quo and forging his own path to wealth. He taught Robert that your financial destiny is not predetermined, but rather shaped by your philosophy, your beliefs, and your actions. It's not about the size of your paycheck, but about what you do with it. The contrast between these two fundamentally different mindsets is at the very heart of this story, and it's a contrast that will challenge you to rethink everything you know about money. It's not about luck, or inheritance, or winning the lottery. It's about the way you choose to think about money, and the actions you take as a result of that thinking. So which mindset will you choose to embrace? The path to financial security, or the path to financial freedom? The choice, ultimately, is yours. Here's the lesson that changes everything: a fundamental shift in how you perceive wealth and financial security. It's a concept that, once grasped, can alter the course of your financial future. Know the difference between an asset and a liability, and buy assets. This simple distinction is the cornerstone of financial intelligence. Understanding this difference is paramount to building wealth. Rich Dad's definition is simple. An asset puts money in your pocket. It's something that generates income, whether you actively work for it or not. Think of it as a financial workhorse, constantly adding to your wealth. A liability takes money out. It's an expense, a drain on your resources, something that costs you money regularly. Most people think their house is an asset, but if it costs you money every month, it's a liability. The mortgage, property taxes, insurance, and maintenance all contribute to its cost. Rental property that pays you more than it costs, that's an asset. The rent collected exceeds the mortgage, taxes, and maintenance, resulting in positive cash flow. The rich focus on acquiring income-generating assets, rental properties, dividend stocks, intellectual property, businesses. The middle class buys liabilities, mistaking them for assets, big houses, cars, gadgets, creating endless payments. These liabilities consume their income, leaving little room for investment. The result? They work harder just to pay for their lifestyle. They are trapped in a cycle of earning and spending, with little opportunity to build true wealth. The key to wealth is building a strong column of assets that generate income. Focus on acquiring assets that provide a steady stream of cash flow, reducing your reliance on earned income. It's not about what you own, but what puts money in your pocket. True wealth is measured by the income your assets generate, not the possessions you accumulate. Shift your focus and your financial life will change. Start prioritizing assets over liabilities, and you'll begin to build a foundation for long-term financial security. Assets build freedom, liabilities build stress. One empowers you while the other enslaves you. Which are you collecting? The choice is yours, and it will determine your financial destiny. Most people find themselves stuck in the rat race, a relentless cycle of earning and spending. It's a common trap, and it can feel impossible to escape. They keep working harder and harder, chasing that bigger paycheck, only to find that their expenses rise right along with it. They spend more, accumulating debt, and ultimately stay trapped in the same cycle. So, what's Rich Dad's philosophy to break free from this cycle? Don't work for money. That's the key. Instead, make money work for you. Let it be your tireless servant. Build or buy assets that generate income, things that put money in your pocket. These assets should generate income even when you're not actively working. That's the power of passive income. Your money becomes your employee, working diligently on your behalf. It's working for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, tirelessly generating wealth. The first step is mental. It all starts with a shift in perspective. Stop thinking like an employee, trading time for money, and start thinking like an investor, building wealth through assets. Use your job's income, that hard-earned paycheck, to strategically buy assets. Consider stocks, explore side businesses, and delve into real estate. Reinvest the returns, the profits generated, to grow your asset base exponentially. When your assets consistently pay more than your expenses, covering all your living costs, you're truly free from the rat race. You've achieved financial independence. It's not about impulsively quitting your job tomorrow. That's not the point. It's about strategically building freedom, one carefully chosen asset at a time. Plant the seed of financial independence, nurture it with care, and watch your money tree flourish and grow, providing you with abundance. The ultimate goal is financial freedom, not just a slightly bigger paycheck that disappears just as quickly. Work because you genuinely want to, because you're passionate about what you do, not because you feel you absolutely have to, trapped by financial obligations. That's the essence of true wealth, the freedom to choose. School teaches history and math, but rarely how money works. Poor dad valued academic education. Rich dad valued financial education. Financial literacy means understanding how money flows, how to read financial statements, and how to invest wisely. Money without financial intelligence disappears fast. Just ask lottery winners. Financial education is learning the rules before you play the game. The financially literate use debt, minimize taxes, and spot opportunities. Invest in your financial education, read, attend seminars, find mentors. The world changes. Keep learning. Your mind is your greatest asset. Train it to see opportunities. With financial literacy, you control your destiny. Make learning about money your superpower. The real difference between rich dad and poor dad was mindset, not money. Poor dad feared losing money, valued job security, and played it safe. Rich dad embraced risk, saw failure as a lesson, and played to win. Poor dad said, "Work hard for your company." Rich dad said, "Mind your own business, build your own asset column. Your job pays the bills, your business builds wealth. Don't spend your life making others rich. Build your own future." It's a choice, security or freedom. Poor dad chased a steady paycheck, rich dad chased control and options. Freedom requires risk and courage, not just hard work. Your mindset shapes your reality. Are you playing not to lose or playing to win? The choice is yours. Rich dad's wisdom sticks with you. The poor and middle class work for money. The rich have money work for them. It's not about working harder, but building systems that generate income. Mistakes aren't failures, they're lessons. In school, mistakes are punished. In life, they're how you learn. Surround yourself with people who see opportunities, not just obstacles. Your environment shapes your mindset. The single most powerful asset we all have is our mind. Train it, and you can create wealth from nothing. Invest in your knowledge. It's the one asset no one can take away. That's the real secret to lasting wealth. You know the story, the lessons, and the difference mindset makes. The journey to financial freedom starts with a decision, today. Get honest. List your assets and liabilities using Rich Dad's definitions. See where your money goes. This is your starting point. Invest in your mind. Read, listen, learn, and seek mentors. Make financial education a daily habit. Knowledge compounds. Start small, buy a share, invest in a fund, or plan a side business. The amount matters less than the action. Every asset you acquire is a step toward freedom. Move from consumer to owner, from employee to investor. The path is clear, and the choice is yours. Don't wait for perfect. Start now. Go play to win.